Hi, my name's Elaina and this is my vegan journey. I'm 22 years old. I've been vegan for 2.5 years, and I just graduated from college where I majored in journalism and political science, and I hope to go to law school in the next year. So I would say that it all started back in elementary school. I think in the second grade, I started to try the vegetarian thing out for a couple of years, and then I also did some in middle school as well. And then I kind of gave that a rest and went back towards the standard American diet. And then my sophomore year in college, I had a friend who was in the same sorority as me who had been vegan for a couple of years. And she was super into running. She ran a marathon that year. And I was always so attracted to how colorful her plate was with all the vegetables and fruits she had. I loved how glowy her skin and her hair were and how much energy she had. And that is what initially drew me into trying it out for even just a week. And initially I was so blown away at how much more energy I had. I went from having 3 cups of coffee a day, having migraines every other day. I needed at least a half-hour nap just about every day, to definitely cutting back my caffeine intake. I vividly remember going into my bed and like trying to take a nap because I felt like I should, because it was so built into my schedule, and closing my eyes, and I just could not fall asleep because I had so much energy. And then I studied abroad after my sophomore year for 2 weeks, and I gave the vegan thing a rest then as well. And then I came back, and kind of as like a cleanse, I tried the vegan thing out again. And again, I was so blown away at how much energy I had. I could not take any naps. I was feeling so much more upbeat and positive, like for the first time in such a long time. And I think 2 or 3 days into that, I was watching one of my favorite beauty YouTubers, and she had just also recently went vegan. And in one of her makeup videos, she showed like a 10 or 15 second clip of animal agriculture farms and all the terrible things that they did there. And right then and there, I was completely sold. So right after the 10 or 15 second clip, my favorite beauty YouTuber gave 1 or 2 other vegan YouTubers shout outs, and I immediately looked them up. I watched all of their videos, and then I found at least 10 or 15 more vegan YouTube accounts. I was watching all of their recipe videos, all of their what I eat in a day videos. I was watching videos on how to order out when you go to fast food restaurants. I was just completely binge watching vegan YouTube, and then I switched on over to Instagram, where I followed a ton more vegan Instagram accounts, and I was just so inspired by how so many of them were making veganism seem so easy and accessible, which totally inspired me to make my own vegan Instagram account, which is at What's on Elena's Plate. And just completely immersing myself and surrounding myself with so much vegan social media really helped me out in my beginning days. So the thing that I initially found the most difficult was going out to eat with friends. I became very self-conscious, and I didn't want to seem like I was a burden or an inconvenience in terms of finding a place that definitely had a vegan option for me, or pulling off to the side of the road when we were driving around trying to find a place to eat and looking up menus for different restaurants that definitely had vegan options. But I soon learned that even if I go into a restaurant and the only thing that I can eat is a side salad and french fries, that's probably not going to be my last meal, and that's totally fine. It may not be the first thing that you'd want to eat, but that's totally fine. And then I also learned that more and more places these days are having vegan options. That's something that's very common now. And then you can also use Yelp. You can Google places that are in your area that have vegan options. You can use apps like Happy Cow. And then even on the CVC's website, we have a list of all kinds of restaurants in the area that have vegan options clearly labeled on the menu, which is great. And then another trick that I use is to either pull your server aside or ask to talk to the chef and let them know that you are either vegan or that you're vegetarian and have a dairy allergy. Sometimes I find that using the dairy allergy card works a little bit better because restaurants really have to take allergies very seriously, and then oftentimes they can make you something that's not on the menu that is vegan, that is oftentimes really delicious. So. So I would say that the best thing about veganism is being able to try so many new flavors, recipes, fruits, and veggies. So I actually cook dinner almost every single night for my family of 7, and we've been trying this new thing where we're making a recipe each night from a different culture or country. So I've been going on Pinterest and Googling things like vegan Irish recipes or vegan Moroccan recipes and trying those. That way we are kind of broad, like expanding our palettes and just trying new things. And you can definitely check out all of my cooking and all of my new recipes on my Instagram, which is at What's on Elena's Plate. So one of my favorite things to make at home at the end of the week is a curry. It's incredibly easy to make. It comes together in about half an hour. So I'll just scan my fridge for all of the leftover veggies that are just about to go bad. I'll chop them up and then I'll put them in a pan with coconut milk, curry powder, and a little bit of maple syrup. And after it simmers, it is totally delicious to eat with rice or with rice noodles. So that's one of my favorite things to make at home. And then I live on the north side of the city, so one of my favorite restaurants with vegan options is Local Roots in downtown Powell. They have 2 or 3 vegan entrees, 2 or 3 vegan appetizers, and a really fun outdoor patio, and overall just a really, really great restaurant. So a couple of years ago, I would have never thought that I could ever be vegan because I thought that it would be too hard. And what I really want you to know is that it really is not hard at all. It actually is really pretty easy. And one of my main tips would be to really surround yourself with a ton of vegan social media. Like I was saying earlier, vegan YouTube, vegan Pinterest, vegan Instagram. There really is so much out there, and you can really learn and truly understand how easy and accessible veganism is. And another thing that I want you to learn or want you to know is that vegans really do come in all shapes and sizes. They come from all over the place. There really is no one identity or one thing that you have to be in order to be vegan, and I think that is really important. Thanks for letting me share my vegan journey with you, and best of luck with yours.